tayo ay matanda na, sana'y di tayo magbago. Kailanman, nasaan may ito ang pangarap ko. Makuha mo pa kayang ako'y hagkan at yakapin? Oh, oh, oh. Hanggang sa pagtanda natin, nagtatanong lang sa'yo, ako pa kaya ibigin mo? Kung maputi na ang buhok ko. Pagdating ng araw, ang iyong buhok ay puputi na rin. Sabay tayong mangangarap ng nakaraan sa atin. Ang nakalipas ay ibabalik natin. Yeah. Ipapaalala ko sa'yo ang aking pangako na ang pag-ibig ko laging sa'yo. Kahit maputi na ang buhok ko.
Alright, good evening, doctors. Can you hear me? Narinig niyo naman ako? Can you hear me? Okay, sige. So it's already 7 p.m. Sige, let's officially start our session with the prayer. Let us all remember that we're in the most holy presence of the Lord. Lord God, once again, we thank you for this day, for this opportunity that you have brought us here together online. Another chance, Lord, to learn, to prepare for one of the biggest examinations of our lives. Lord, we lift to you this moment, this time. May we all learn from tonight's session. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen. All right. So good evening again, doctors. So again, house rules natin. Remind ko lang kayo that I will be the host of this teleconference and all attendees will have their audio on mute mode. You may unmute your audio to answer questions and give feedback later. Any video recording, screen shooting, or screen recording of the program is strictly prohibited. And please observe proper decorum at all times. All right, so tonight, okay, happy Valentine's nga pala, doctors. Tonight, we are very blessed, we are very privileged to have Dr. Francesca Marie Abulagrosa, top 2 of October 2022 PLE. She's from the University of the Philippines College of Medicine. I believe she's already here. Good evening, Doc. Hi,
Hello,
Doc.
good
Good
evening,
evening.
Doc. Thank you for your introduction and happy Valentine's Day, everyone.
Ayan, medyo nawawala-wala ka yata, Doc, ng konti.
Doc, I'll just turn off my video if that's okay.
Um, Sige, wait lang. Try mo nga, Doc, mag-share ng screen mo.
Yan, Doc. Okay na po.
Yan. Yeah, better.
Okay. Can you hear me pa rin?
Yes, Doc, loud and clear. Okay na.
Okay, just let me know if choppy po ako. But anyway, thank you for that introduction and happy Valentine's Day to everyone. I hope you had a meaningful celebration today with your significant other or your family and friends. And I hope you're ready for today's Quizmaster session. I tried to make it true to my experience of the October 2022 board. So, kaya nyo yan, everyone. Onting push na lang. All right, without further ado, I will start with the first question. So, number one, Tere is on duty at the ER. During her break, she grabs a chocolate bar for a snack. While eating, the consultant on duty asks her what the rate limiting step of glycolysis is. What is the correct answer? You have 30 seconds to answer the poll.
Doc, can you see the poll?
Yes, Doc, I can see the poll. Okay, I will end the poll now. So, okay. So 33% answered letter A, 2% answered letter B, and 65% answered letter C. So overall, good job, everyone. Most of you got the correct answer, which is letter C. Okay, hold on. Okay, so the rate limiting step of glycolysis is fructose 6 phosphate converted to fructose 1,6 bisphosphate. Okay, hold on. Yep, the correct answer is letter C. So overall, good job. Majority of you got the correct answer. Okay, so this is the a diagram of glycolysis. As you can see, glucose will eventually be converted to pyruvate, which can enter all sorts of cycles, including the Krebs cycle. And I highlighted in the red box the rate limiting step of glycolysis, which is the conversion of fructose 6-phosphate to fructose 1,6-bisphosphate through the enzyme phosphofructokinase 1. Tandaan nyo yun na PFK1. And the reason why I asked this question in today's Quizmaster is because nung boards namin, maraming recall questions tungkol sa mga pathway. So don't forget to pasadahan nyo even quickly yung mga rate limiting steps and enzymes ng mga pathways because they do come out. Like, you never know kapag lalabas yan. So, it's worth it to spend a little time to remember the rate limiting steps. Okay. So, when I was studying glycolysis, sabi ko, ang hirap naman maalala kasi ang daming intermediates. And then I found this mnemonic online to remember the intermediates of glycolysis. I hope it can help you the same way it helped me. So it goes, goodness gracious, Father Franklin did go by picking pumpkins to prepare pie. Okay, so goodness is for glucose, gracious is for G6P, father is for F6P, Franklin is for F16P, did is for DHAP, go is for G3P, buy is for 12-BPG, picking is for 3PG, pumpkins is for 2PG, prepare is for PEP, and pie is for pyruvate. So I hope this can help you remember the intermediates of glycolysis. Kahit lang maalala nyo yung letter big help na din yon kasi pag nakita nyo sa choices sa exam, it can really help you out. All right, let's go to the next question. Number 2. Bianca is a chronic alcoholic consuming 3 bottles of San Mig apple daily. She appears to have a deficiency in vitamin B1. Which of the following enzymes are likely affected? Okay, you have 30 seconds to answer. Last 10 seconds. Okay, finished. All right. Okay, so 56% answered letter A, pyruvate dehydrogenase, 6% answered letter B, 25% answered letter C, and 13% answered letter D. So congratulations. Again, majority of you were able to answer correctly. So the enzyme that is likely affected by a vitamin B1 deficiency is pyruvate dehydrogenase. So if you look at these, the choices, they're all related to pyruvate. And that's because pyruvate is actually at the center of most pathways. So pyruvate can become oxaloacetate, can become ethanol, can become lactate, and can become acetyl-CoA, depending on which enzyme acts on it. And the reason why I asked about pyruvate dehydrogenase is because it's a super high yield enzyme and medyo maarte siya. So very testable siya because pyruvate dehydrogenase has a lot of coenzymes. So here's a mnemonic for the pyruvate dehydrogenase coenzymes. It's the lovely coenzyme for nerds. The for thiamine, which is vitamin B1. Lovely lipoic acid, coenzyme for coenzyme A. 4 for FAD, and nerds for NAD. So the lovely coenzyme for nerds. Okay, again, congratulations. Good job. Most of you got that correct. Let's go to number 3. Ace has been fasting for the last 16 hours. Which of the following processes is likely activated? You have 30 seconds. Okay, last 3 seconds. Okay, stop. All right, so 5% answered letter A, 24% answered letter B, 60% answered letter C, and 12% answered letter D. Very good kayo ha. Majority again got the correct answer. Baka naman inspired kayo sa Valentine's Day nyo. Okay, good job. The correct answer is letter C, glycogenolysis. So this question is about fasting, and it's asking you to differentiate between fasting and well-fed processes, or in other words, catabolic for fasting processes or anabolic for well-fed processes. So na-discuss na 'to 'no, yung mnemonic for catabolic, kinakatay, bine-break down. Kinakatabolize, kinakatay, bine-break down for fasting. And I summarized in this table which processes are fasting and which processes are active in the well-fed states. So gluconeogenesis, glycogenolysis, beta oxidation, and ketogenesis are all fasting processes, whereas glycogenesis and lipogenesis are anabolic processes. It's intuitive naman because in general, you only build up storage products when you're well fed. So if you notice in anabolic processes, your glycogenesis, you're making glycogen, and lipogenesis, you're making lipids. So these are well fed processes. So as compared naman in the catabolic or fasting processes, you're breaking things down into simpler materials like glycogenolysis, kinakatay mo or kinakat up mo yung glycogen into smaller pieces that the body can metabolize. This is a very testable question. So make sure that ma-master nyo yung integration of metabolism because it's a very testable concept. Okay, let's go to number 4. Your patient with chronic liver disease presents with asterixis and altered sensorium. This can be explained by the buildup of which amino acid? 30 seconds to answer. Okay, last 2 seconds. Okay, stop. Okay. 20% answered letter A, 71% answered letter B, 2% answered letter C, and 6% answered letter D. So again, good job. Majority of you got the correct answer. It is the buildup of glutamate which causes these neuroexcitatory symptoms. So let's look at the urea cycle overview. So if you look at this diagram, the urea cycle is all about the catabolism of amino acids and proteins and amino acids. So it starts with transamination and then it goes to oxidative deamination, which produces ammonia. Ammonia then enters the urea cycle. So if there's a problem with the liver, again, remember the urea cycle happens in the kidney and in the liver. So if there's a problem with the liver, as in this patient with chronic liver disease, so nagkakaroon ka ng block sa urea cycle. And therefore, tumataas yung ammonia. Kasi where will the ammonia go if it cannot enter the urea cycle? And also tataas yung glutamate because glutamate is kind of a precursor of ammonia. And remember that glutamate is an excitatory neurotransmitter. That's why when we have patients with chronic liver disease, they can present with hepatic encephalopathy with these altered sensorium, delirium, and asterixis. Okay, good job everyone. It's also nice to correlate yung biochemistry with your clinical subjects. Baka lumabas din to sa IM, you never know. Okay, number 5. Julia has been diagnosed with insomnia. To help with her sleep, she takes melatonin supplements. Melatonin can be derived from which amino acid? Okay, last 10 seconds. Okay, everybody stop. Okay, so 19% answered letter A, 0% answered letter B, 7% answered letter C, and 74% answered letter D. So again, very inspired kayo today sa Valentine's. Tama, majority of you got the correct answer. Melatonin is derived from tryptophan. So if you remember the famous mnemonic, trip mo siya, no? Trip for tryptophan, mo for melatonin, siya for serotonin, and no for niacin. I noticed that yung second highest answer was actually tyrosine. Baka nalito kayo kasi tyrosine is the derivative. Tyrosine is the parent compound of melanin.
11. Oh.
Melanin. So tyrosine is to melanin, tryptophan is to melatonin. Okay? So, wag kayong malito. Medyo magkalapit yun. Melanin, melatonin, tyrosine, tryptophan. Pero tandaan nyo lang, trip mo siya, no? Tryptophan, melatonin, serotonin, and niacin. Okay. Number 6. A patient is rushed to the ER due to severe diarrhea. She is hypotensive and lethargic. You note that she has a characteristic rash around her neck. What is your diagnosis? 30 seconds. Last 10 seconds. Okay, finished. So 73% answered letter A, 19% letter B, 4% letter C, and another 4% letter D. Again, good job. Majority got the correct answer. It's niacin deficiency. So, if you look at the case, meron siyang diarrhea. Tapos medyo altered na rin yung ano niya, sensorium niya. And meron din siyang dermatitis. So this is the 3 Ds of vitamin B3 deficiency: diarrhea, dermatitis, and dementia. Let's go through the other choices. Letter B, pyridoxine deficiency. It's B6, ano, more of meron tong neuropathy. Pwede ring merong anemia. And then pantothenic acid deficiency, this is yung Gopal's burning feet syndrome. So the way I remember it, pantothenic acid, pantothenic, painful pants. So parang masakit yung lower extremities niya. And then folic acid deficiency, also with anemia. Okay, but remember the 3 Ds of vitamin B3 deficiency: diarrhea, dermatitis, dementia. I swear, very high yield yung table dun sa handout nyo with yung mga B vitamins. It's a very testable concept. Pati sa pedia or minsan sa IM, lumalabas yan. Okay, number 7. Which of the following is true about marasmus? You have 30 seconds to answer. Last few seconds, 5 seconds. Okay, stop. Okay, 4% answered letter A, 6% answered letter B, 82% answered letter C, and 8% answered letter D. So majority of you got the correct answer. So the following statement is true. It's due to caloric deprivation. So nung boards namin, maraming nutrition questions, no? Aside from the classic biochem questions, marami ring nutrition questions about kwashiorkor, marasmus, cancer cachexia. So make sure to go through these types of conditions. So here is a very high yield summary table differentiating marasmus versus kwashiorkor. So marasmus is all about caloric deprivation. Basically, sobrang payat niya. Aside from that, wala naman siyang other problems. It's actually parang a more simple kind of malnutrition. Kwashiorkor, on the other hand, it's actually more complicated because it's due to protein deprivation. So, ang classic history niyan, yung bata na pinapakain ng yung pinaghugasan ng rice, and yun lang, no? So, kulang yun sa proteins. And because proteins are responsible for oncotic pressure, nagkakaroon siya ng edema, fatty liver because depleted yung amino acid pools mo, and presents with these protein-related symptoms, so yung sa hyperpigmented skin, problems with the hair. So pag inisip nyo protein, 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 kwashiorkor. Protein, 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 kwashiorkor. On the other hand, marasmus is just simple na payat. Okay. Very high yield to, tinatanong nila to lagi. And good job, nakuha nyo naman yung correct answer. Let's go to the next, number 8. Which of the following are more abundant in breast milk compared to formula milk? 30 seconds. Last 5 seconds. Okay, finished. Okay, medyo hati tayo dito ha. 16% answered letter A, 10% answered letter B, 28% answered letter C, and 46% answered letter D. So medyo hati tayo. Actually, the correct answer is D, none of the above. So I included this question kasi lagi itong lumalabas sa Biochem and sa Pedia. Like, ano ba ang contents ng breast milk? So, here is a simple mnemonic that I made. No in breast milk. Breast milk has more. In general, mas masustansya talaga ang breast milk, and it has more of everything compared to formula milk, except for these 3, vitamin D, iron, and vitamin K. So, no in breast milk. Tandaan nyo yan. Baka lumabas yan. Baka lumabas sa Biochem or sa Pedia. Okay. No in breast milk. Let's go to number 9. Your patient presents with recurrent fractures and hearing loss. You suspect osteogenesis imperfecta. Which type of collagen is affected in this disease? 30 seconds. Last 10 seconds. Okay, finished. Okay, congratulations. Majority answered correctly. It's letter A. 76% answered letter A, 13 letter B, 7 letter C, and 4% letter D. So this is a recall question, very high yield. This is asking you about the types of collagen. So in osteogenesis imperfecta, type 1 collagen is affected. So make sure to memorize this table on the types of collagen. Type 1 is found in bone, skin, tendon, etc. Type 2 in cartilage, including the vitreous body and nucleus pulposus. Type 3 in reticulin, skin, blood vessels, fetal tissue, granulation tissue. Type 4 in the basement membrane, and type 7 in anchoring fibrils in the stratified squamous epithelium. So here's the very famous mnemonic. Type 1 is in bone and tendon, and type 2 is in cartilage. Type 3 has reticulin. Type 4 is under the floor, or type 4 on the floor, which is the basement membrane. And yan yung type 7, mukha siyang anchor as described by Dr. Rubio. Make sure to remember this table. Lumalabas talaga yan. Sometimes in patho, sometimes in biochem. Okay. Let's go to the last one. Which of the following is or are true about fatty acids? 30 seconds. Last 10 seconds. Okay, finished. So 39% answered letter A, 18% answered letter B, 16% answered letter C, and 26% answered letter D. So this is medyo hati-hati kayo dito, no? This is more of college biochem question. And the correct answer is actually letter B. Unsaturated fatty acids are more fluid. So letter A, let's look at the photo here. So saturated fatty acids are saturated with hydrogen. There are no double bonds. Saturated fatty acids saturated with hydrogen. And then unsaturated fatty acids are they have a double bond. And since they have a double bond, nawawalan sila nababawasan ng hydrogen. So let me annotate this. So if you look here, walang hydrogen. Sorry. Walang hydrogen dito dahil nagkaroon ng double bond. So kaya siya unsaturated dahil nabawasan ng hydrogen. Instead of hydrogen, you have a double bond. And since you have a double bond, it introduces a kink. So if you look here, it introduces a kink in the structure of the fatty acids. So saturated fatty acids, so straight lang sila. So they tend to form solids dahil nagpapak. Dikit-dikit sila patong-patong and then they tend to form solids. Whereas yung sa unsaturated, may kink, may bends yung fatty acid and therefore it's more disorderly and more fluid. And therefore the correct answer is, let me go back to that slide. Okay. Saturated fatty acids contain double bonds. This is false because we know that they do not contain double bonds. Unsaturated fatty acids are more fluid in nature. This is true because they have kinks in their structure. And letter C, lauric acid is the precursor of arachidonic acid. This is false. The precursor of arachidonic acid is linoleic acid. And then lastly, fatty acids contain an aldehyde group. This is also false. Fatty acids contain a carboxyl group. So a carboxyl group is COO minus. Okay. All right. Don't forget also kahit pasadahan nyo lang yung mga basic structure ng biomolecules. Sa boards namin, wala masyadong questions about these, but you never know. It's worth it to go through them even kahit quickly lang para ma-familiarize kayo. Kasi clinically, saturated and unsaturated pati trans fatty acids, may clinical significance yan eh. When you're advising your patient to change their diet, you want to tell them to avoid certain kinds of fats. And so your knowledge of these biomolecules will also play a part in your clinical practice. All right. So thank you, everyone. And congratulations. You finished your biochemistry quizmaster successfully. Most of you got the correct answers naman. And yeah, I hope you enjoy your Valentine's Day.
All right. Thank you so much, Doc Francesca. Any questions, doctors? Good evening, Doc Broly. Doc Broly is here with us. Happy Valentine's, Doc.
Good evening, Doc.
Good evening, Dr. Lagrosa. For biochem, some advice lang, some tips. So again, there's a change that happened October 2022. Previous to that, for almost 4 or 5 batches, it's 2020. It was mainly pre-med general chemistry that predominated in the exam. Last October 2022, marami pa din, varying kung depende kung sinong tatanungin mo kung gaano kadami. But they started asking mga clinical biochemistry. The biochemistry that we all knew during first years, meron na uli no October 2022. Which actually, yun naman talaga yung dapat na direction. More of clinical chemistry, biochemistry dapat yan, more than general or pre-med biochem. So Dr. Fritz Rubio is the one who prepares you for the general chemistry. Dr. Ronnie Baticolon is for the clinical biochemistry. Just like what I have told you, you're going to have a special session with Dr. Ronnie Baticolon 1 or 2 days before the med boards. Okay? Partly motivational, partly talagang last-minute reinforcement for the preparation for the first subject sa med boards. Gusto namin, we want you to have a good start pagdating sa board exams. Biochem is the first subject. So Ronnie Bats will be with you 1 or 2 days before the board exams. So for this subject, okay, guys, hand up na lang talaga ng top-notch yan. Plus, you need to watch the lecture videos of both teachers. Huwag kayo mamili na, mas pogi si Ronnie Bats o mas pogi si Fred, so mamili lang tayo. Magkaiba yung lectures nila. You need to do both now. Okay, previous to that, we actually recommended for the students to focus more near the med boards with Dr. Francis Rubio's lectures and handout. Okay? Kaso nga, nagkaroon ng 180-degree turn last October, so you need to do both na talaga. Who knows? Hindi natin alam. Baka mamaya yan, wala na talagang itanong from the part ni Friends. Or baka completely parang na blip lang yung last batch. Baka bumalik uli lahat kay Friends Rubio, wala yung kay Ronnie Bats. So we want to cover our bases here. Okay? One you will really need naman talaga for practice, which is clinical biochemistry. The other one will just be used to cover our bases, which is yung kay Fritz Rubio. So study both, prepare for any wild biochem exam. Okay? The hardest subject on day 1 will still be anatomy. The hardest subject on day 2 will probably still be patho. Okay? The hardest subject for day 4 will be Prev Med. Easiest subject will be micro and legal med. Fairest of them all, meaning in terms of the way questions are asked, will still be Pedia. That has been the trend for the past 2 years. If it changes, we cannot predict that. But I'm telling you, yun yung nangyayari past 2 years. So hopefully that trend will continue. So any last minute advice, Dr. Francesca? Ano nickname mo, Doc? Is it Francesca? Cheska, okay.
Opo.
Okay.
Don't lose hope. Kapit lang kayo, guys. Malapit na kayong maging doktor. You deserve that license. So, don't lose faith.
Okay. So, one day at a time. Whatever happened days before, weeks ago, you cannot do anything anymore. What's within your control is yung today. So, yung kailangan, mayroon kayong basahin for today, panoorin for today, gawin nyo na muna. Okay, the pearls are coming up. The buzzwords are coming up. Focus now on reading your main handout, watching the main lecture videos. The final preparation, okay, parating na very soon. Thank you very much, Ian. Thank you very much, Cheska.
All right. So thank you so much, Doc Broly, Doc Cheska. That's it for our Quiz Master Session 2 in Biochemistry. So guys, 18.5 days to go. Again, 18.5 days to go before your board examination. Kayang-kaya niyo yan, guys. Good luck, God bless, and happy aral. Bye, guys. Happy Valentine's.
Happy
Bye,
Valentine's,
Doc.
everyone.
Bye, Doc Broly. Thank you po.
Ingat, Cheska. Ingat, Ian.
Bye, guys.